Lord.
Nina, babe, you good, girl? Sound like you got a little something stuck in the throat. Or is that on them lies, girl?
Before I say this, I want to say this is all alleged.
Ah, yes, your favorite word, allegedly. Now, when someone has to put alleged before their entire statement, it's a way to protect themselves. Alleged means I can lie and I won't be held responsible for it. Speculation is dangerous. Allegedly, Nina's hand has always looked like that. Allegedly.
Gypsy does not have custody and
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Now I'm just going to stop you right there before we have to listen to the rest of your delusional, fictionalized bullshit. Now, just a little PSA for the rest of the internet. Gypsy has custody of her baby. Y'all are weird. Okay?
the baby looks just like Dee Dee.
At least we know you ain't seen the baby. And whoever the fuck is telling you that ain't seen the baby. Because anybody that has seen that baby will tell you that baby looks just like Ken.
The urn actually had been purchased and Morbid and them made arrangements, but allegedly it's still in the closet.
What was the point of saying that? Allegedly it's still in the closet? Allegedly you left your edges in the fucking closet, bitch, okay?
Ken and Raina have custody immediately. There's a nanny that comes, and CPS is involved, and they check in.
Liar, liar, the wig's on fire.
Gypsy has visitation corresponding with parole to see the baby 2 days a week.
For anybody that believes this garbage human being, I just want you to know, Gypsy has her baby 7 days a fucking week. And you look dumb. No allegedly necessary. It's crazy that you have your lies scripted out. No allegedly necessary.
That is why Ken was at the grocery store. He was supervising Gypsy with the baby.
Oh, is that what was happening? Almighty Nina, was that it? You cracked the case? Or was it that they were just at the grocery store together? You sound so fucking insane. Bear with me, yo. I gotta read from my script now.
That's the reason why she's been trying to make Ken look bad on the show, is because he's the one with custody. And
What? What? You don't even make sense. That's why she's trying to make him look bad on the show, because he's the one with custody. The baby wasn't even born on the show yet. Hello? Holy fuck, dude. These people are in fucking sane.
the baby is older. I don't know by how much, but the baby is older, and it does have the micro deletion.
Now, I've tried to keep it respectful and lighthearted up until this point, but now I'm fed the fuck up. How dare you get on this app and speak on a baby that isn't yours? And this is exactly why this bitch has to say allegedly before every single thing she fucking says. Because it's a lie. Because she has no proof. Because she's full of shit. No allegedly necessary. I don't have to say allegedly, because I know you're a fucking liar. Nina, the bully influencer, is a liar. Nina, the bully influencer, is on this app lying on a baby that isn't even hers, and lying on her health. You're a disgusting human being to lie on a baby. Holy fuck, people, wake up.
Rod was recently in town, and he went to see the baby.
When was the last time your edges came to town? Just wondering.
No, Gypsy only posts when she's trying to prove something that's true. Okay?
Oh, okay. So what she said in that video when she called you out was true. That's what you're saying. Okay, got it. Because she called you the fuck out. She literally called you out and clapped back hard as fuck at you. And you got on the internet screaming and crying. Oh, clown behavior.
The safety of the baby needs to be pushed, which is true. We know this, right?
So you say that the safety of the baby needs to be pushed? You're absolutely right. The safety of the baby needs to be pushed because of people like you that put her in danger. Nina.
The baby, if you hold the baby's, like if you take a picture of the baby and you hold Dee Dee up next to each other twinsies to a T.
Now, we done already been through this. That baby looks just like Ken. But if I sit here and think about all the pictures I could hold up next to you, that would look like your twinsy to a T.
You know how God works with karma, right? Karma always comes back. And karma for you is who you end up with. Do you guys remember when Cardi B said that? Yeah.
The embarrassment I feel for you is so real. You want to talk about karma? And you just said karma's who you end up with. Who you with, Nina? Who you with?
That's why they're coming so hard at the creators, because...
What, are you a woo-woo bestie now? Is that where you got that narrative from?
We're working against what they want the public to believe.
No, you're actually lying about someone, and you're being called out for your lies. What the fuck?
Ken does do Uber and DoorDash, allegedly.
It's the allegedly for me, because who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck? 1 week I'll say that man has no job, the next week he's doing Uber and DoorDash. Who cares? Is it your life? No!
And, she did have the baby for a week after the hospital, but then CPS showed...
It's the fictional script about fictional characters in the fictional story for me. Because you're talking about things that literally never happened and things that don't exist. It's actually quite disturbing and concerning. Because you've let this overwhelm your life in such an unhealthy way. And nobody that loves you or that's close to you will tell you. So I will. Seek help. Immediately.
Boxed wine and prescription pills. I'm assuming that's Christy, but who knows, child? Because the tea is hot anyway.
Nina, the faces do not make you any more convincing, just so you know. And last time I checked, boxed wine and prescription pills are not illegal, and you sound dumb as fuck.
One more test for the microdeletion to be confirmed.
You literally just said that the baby has microdeletion about 3 minutes ago. And now you're saying she only needs one more test to confirm it. Which one is it, Nina?
And prescription pills were in the closet.
I think you left the glue for that wig in the closet, girl.
Ken does not like New Orleans, and he doesn't like Louisiana, which
And nobody cares. Nobody.
believe. I thought this. I never said this, but I did think this. Now,
Nina, the script doesn't make it any more convincing either. Hang it up!
Ken does not want to be married to Gypsy, but we know it.
Now, there's only one person on this planet that knows who Ken wants to marry, and that's Ken. How do you people go along with this bullshit? It is insane.
That's why the therapy, trying to find people to define, like, to basically prove to Ken why he should want to marry Gypsy.
Like, I don't even have anything to say about this part because it's so insanely delusional. They go to therapy so the therapist can convince Ken to marry. Like, you don't even make sense at all.
Her career is slowing down, and she's mad that the baby can't be her cash cow.
And it's these exact statements that show me exactly who you are as a person. Okay? You're lying about someone and their child. Now, why would Gypsy be mad that her baby can't be her cash cow? Like, think about that for a second. Why would she be mad about that? Oh, I'll tell you. She wouldn't be, because she has no intentions or desires to show her baby on social media, TV, anywhere. She doesn't want to show her baby. She doesn't want to use her baby in any kind of way. Like, shut up. Seriously. Like, hang it up.
So this is not in the court, but this is CPS ordered.
Stop saying things that aren't true. Every single thing that you've said in this video is a lie. It's so insane to me. I can't even grasp. Like, no wonder you have to read this shit from a script. Because the truth is just effortless. The truth is easy. The truth is not forced. Everything you do is forced. It's made up. It's fabricated. It's fictionalized bullshit. Grow up.
So 2 days a week, she stays only for visits for 2 hours. And 100% confirmation, no custody.
It takes very minimal effort to use the brain inside your skull to recognize that this woman is 1000% a liar. So what you're telling me is Raina has custody and Gypsy only gets to visit her baby 2 days out of the week for 2 fucking hours and it's 100% confirmed? You are a liar. And to all you people so consumed by this case, I genuinely ask you, please, move on. Move on with your life. Who gives a fuck? Does this shit affect you? Does it really matter to you what Gypsy Rose Blanchard does with her life? Does it?
Some additional tea in there that I feel like I'm not confident enough in saying. Because I feel like with this, I would really I need 1000% proof to be able to bring this to you because I'm unsure. Now,
the way you couldn't even think of what to call proof because you have none. You've never had any. And while the Blanchards are out living their best life, you sit up in your house and fabricate lies about them. I actually, kind of feel bad for you, but in the same breath, I don't.
This information that I was just told, this is the third person that told me this. And someone told me something very similar to this a couple of weeks ago. I didn't want to come on here and say it because they didn't really have proof. But it is a reliable source, but I still did not want to say anything. Somebody else said something to me about 8 days ago, and I was still a little leery. And this is also someone that I have had as a source before. So this is the third time I'm hearing this.
Not you trying to explain your sources now, Nina. And that body language is very telling. The amount of times you touched your glasses, touched your nose, girl. Because truth is, you have no sources. Because everything you say is a lie, which makes your sources unreliable. It makes you unreliable. If you want to know the truth, though, Nina, why don't you go to the source? Why don't you ask Gypsy? Why don't you ask Ken? You talk about them and their baby, their daughter, so fucking much, you'd think that you'd consult with them on things that are true and not true. But no, anything to smear Gypsy and make Gypsy look like the most awful person in the world. That's what you do.
And it does really line up.
Lines up? It lines up just about as much as that lace lined up on your scalp, sitting about a half an inch above your damn head.
I don't really say anything unless I have confirmation or I've heard it multiple times from reliable sources.
Do the lies ever end? Do they? Because you don't hear shit from multiple people. Hang it up. What you need to do is take some of that powder and blend that lace into your head, girl.
Oh, yeah, and then Gypsy is upset at the baby because the baby is taking Ken away from her.
And this all circles back to why you have to say allegedly before everything you say. You have no truth, you have no proof, you have no facts, you have nothing. And it's really sad the people, those of you that are so easily influenced, so easily swayed by what someone says, but shows nothing. They have no documented evidence, no proof, not anything, not a witness statement, not nothing. And I just feel bad for any of you that listen to this woman and find her credible in any regard. When someone is paid to lie, how can you trust them? When someone has to say allegedly before every statement, how do you trust them? When someone shows zero proof, how do you trust them? When someone has been proven a liar, how do you trust them? So what I want you to do is take this time to reflect on why should you trust Nina? Why should you listen to her? Why do you think that anything she says is true? Because you either care about the truth or you don't.